We appreciate Kyle.
Yeah,
go ahead, Coach.
what a legacy, you know. Nearly 50 years of calling games, not to date him or anything, but just a legend in the Cal football community. And from his early years through the call of the big game, which is iconic, and all the way up to now. It's just been real special getting to know him, and he's got such a breadth of knowledge and of Cal football and the history here. So it's a pretty special day, and we just want to honor Joe and thank him for what he's done.
Is it mind-blowing to you that he called his first game the year you were born?
I didn't, I wasn't going to bring something like that up, but that's, I'm not that young. So yes, a little bit, yeah. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of plays, and a lot of catchphrases. Pretty special day.
What are those meetings you have with him during the week to kind of prepare for the broadcast? Like, what is the tone and tenor of those meetings usually?
He's just seen it for so long in so many different ways. He's got such a good grasp of things that he usually is pretty spot on, on what the matchups, might be and what the challenges of the game could entail. Some may be obvious and some not so obvious, but I think that's just because he has the benefit of the wisdom. Let's put it that way. He's got a lot of wisdom.
If we're done talking about Joe,
yeah.
Can I ask you about Xavier Carlton? And
yeah.
You seem like you can use him in a couple of different ways. Talk about that.
We are. X can play outside linebacker for us in some packages. He can play all the way down, as a 6, a 5, a 4-eye, a 3 technique, and we'll put him in different places based on the call. Definitely got a lot of range.
How's he been for you?
Done a good job. He's picked it up well. We've known him a long time, and so we kind of knew what we were getting. And I think he felt the same way. He knew us well. I think he fits in really good with his teammates and earned their respect. He works hard.
Did you recruit him originally?
Oh yeah, for a number of years. Yeah.
What did you like about him when you saw him in his younger years?
Well, some of the things you can't coach. It's just height, 6'6", and his wingspan, and he can run. So yeah, it was pretty easy early on in his high school career to tell that he was going to be a prospect.
Jack had one of his few sort of off days yesterday, and he seemed to bounce back really well today. How do you approach a situation where a guy's not necessarily as sharp as usual, and just let him figure it out himself?
Yeah, I mean, Jack doesn't need a lot of pep talks. He knows what he's doing, and there's going to be times when something happens during a game. I'd love to say we're going to go through the entire season without a turnover, but we might have one, and how we bounce back from that is important. We did a fantastic job last year protecting the football. We'll aim to do that again, and if something bad happens or the defense makes a great play, that happens once in a while. Like yesterday, Craig Woodson made a play that you don't see too often, and so he bounced back great. I mean, he's a headstrong person, so I'm not worried one bit.
You guys gave some people the day off today, it looked like.
Yeah, coach's discretion there. Just a handful of guys who are, high rep guys, been in the program a while, and so we, none of that was by their choice. A couple of them we had to actually almost forced to do it.
And none of them are injury related.
No.
Just
No.
they need a day off.
Yeah, I think there's some guys, Brett and Cindo and Daniel Scott. I mean, these guys have thousands of game reps under their belt, and we felt like it was a good time. Doesn't mean, they're working really hard, and so are the other guys, but they just have a lot more snaps under their belt. So we felt like it was a good day for them to coach's discretion to pull them out, and then they'll be back tomorrow and ready to go.
Is it going to be a similar approach for the scrimmage on Saturday?
No, we're gonna play. So we'll have some good work tomorrow. We'll be a little bit more condensed, and won't be in spiders, helmets and spiders tomorrow. So not many collisions, and then we'll get after it on Saturday.
What are you happy about so far, 12 days into camp?
I think the biggest thing has been the urgency at practice. You don't see a lot of repetitive mistakes. I will say today we had a couple phases, a couple periods that weren't our best. We talked about that after, and understanding that not every day is day one, and you got to kind of recreate that energy and focus, and understanding your body's going to get sore and you're going to get a little tired, and the monotony of camp can build. But for the most part, I think they've done a really good job of coming out with great focus at practice, and that's allowed us to make improvements and fine-tuning things offensively and defensively, and we put a lot in early. I mean, most of the offense and defense was in fairly early, along with special teams, so now it's about focusing on the details of all those calls. So I think they've done a good job of that. We still need some more practice.
Seems like you have a lot of viable depth at almost every position. Are you pretty happy with the depth the program's established?
Yeah, I think you're always looking to build more competitive depth. I mean, you're never... I can't think of a place I've ever coached, or any coach that I know, that ever feels like, well, you don't need more competitive depth. So it's certainly improved. I think I'm sure of that, and we need to continue to improve it.
Maybe less spots where you're holding your breath saying this guy can't get injured?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want anybody to get injured. It's an unfortunate reality of our game, but there's probably more positions where we're going to rotate more players. That's fair to say.
Anything else for Coach?